One thing I think I can say everyone loved as kids were Dr. Seuss books. Cat in the Hat, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, Horton Hears a Who. Classics all around. When he died in 1991, Dr. Seuss was going to be missed for sure. Until 12 years later, rumors say, Dr. Seuss in his grave sat and lay. He thought to himself, how can I ruin my original work? Ah, that's right, I'll sell it off to the movie company, DreamWorks. They'll make a degrading movie, I guarantee it. But little kids love it, so it will be a hit. There'll be merchandise and toys and games. Those kids will get their fix. They'll love it as much as Sonic 06. So yeah, they made a live-action movie of Cat in the Hat. How? But yeah, we're going to take a look at a movie today on the show. A Shovelware series first, so, Hello, I'm Mr. Shovelware, and I hate movies like this that come from bad movie publishers that hate movie games, and imagine how many kids cry because these movies on Christmas. Yeah, it doesn't roll off as well. Let's just get into the review. Anyway, the Cat in the Hat movie was put into development after the success of the live-action Grinch movie. It originally starred Tim Allen, but he was dropped due to his busy work in Santa Claus 2, a much better movie in my opinion. He was replaced by Mike Myers, who was famous for Shrek and Austin Powers. Now here's my question. This movie had writers from Seinfeld, so how could they screw it up? That's one of the greatest TV shows of all time. Gee, I don't know. How do you make a full movie on a 30-page kids book that's mostly pictures? This movie was so bad that Dr. Seuss's wife actually didn't allow DreamWorks to make any more live-action movies based on her husband's work after seeing this terrible dung heap. The main problem with this movie is they just had no idea what to fill a 90-minute time slot with, and added a bunch of stupid subplots that no one gave a cat's ass about. The actors were also pretty trash.
Nick Flanagan!
Mr. Home, I wanted to thank you.
Fired.
I beg your pardon?
Fired.
But I...
Jeez, what was that? Don't you think he overreacted? The plot barely follows the original book. You'd think it would have been simple, but they added all these stupid ideas that made the movie way more serious than it should have been. For example, did there really need to be a side story about the kid's stepfather? Remember that in the original book? Yeah, let's take a kid's book and make a movie about it, and then all these serious subjects like divorce. Great freaking idea. But all these things could have maybe been excused if the actual movie wasn't so weird. Let's start with the talking fish. I know he was in the original book, but does anyone see anything wrong with this? CGI fish, anthropomorphic cat, real-life dog. What planet did this movie take place in? But that's not even the start. There are some weird freaking scenes in this movie. Oh my god, what are those things? Oh, they're called things? Why are they so different from the actual book? They're creepy!
There was this cat I knew back home where I was bred. He never listened to a single thing his mother said. He never used a litter box, he made a mess in the halls. That's why they sent him to a vet who cut off both his boo. Boo, boo. Boy, that wasn't fun.
Today, Cat in the Hat movie sucks. It shows it lacked clear direction, the characters were just boring or weird, it barely follows the original plot, and it just sucks. It's so bad, though, that it's almost kind of good, and it's become a cult classic in that sense. You do something so hideously atrocious? Bury it? Forget it? No. You make a game of it, of course! That's just simple logic! Yeah! Well, here's the Cat in the Hat, and oh god, his model is worse than in the movie. Yeah, not a really pleasing intro, but hey, you can watch the movie trailer if you want to ever see this trash again in letterbox form in bad quality. God. Here's the story of the game. That guy in the purple suit is the stepfather of the children in the movie. He's going around the cat's house trying to steal magic by jumping into these objects. Wow. Yeah, this is the story of the game. I also love how they tell you to clean up first. Like, I'm the babysitter, dude. You're a kid. Why don't they let you go anywhere? So you're stuck to the bottom floor, and it looks like you can just roam around freely. No, this is actually just a really awkward level select screen. How is this getting so far away from the original book? It barely resembles it anymore. Like, this is so offensive to Dr. Seuss's original work. But yeah, let's jump into the grandfather clock and see what holds for us. This is the game. Where do I start? Well, your main attack is bubbles. That's a first insult. And why are the main enemies poodles? Could they not think of anything else? I know dogs are cats' worst enemy, but poodles? I guess the problem with this game is it's incredibly mediocre. I can't really struggle to think of anything to say about it. Ow! Oh, God. Yeah, that's the checkpoint system in this game. But yeah, it's mediocre. Control-wise, it's not too bad. Controls work, but they're kind of a learning curve to use, and they're kind of annoying. But the problem with this is the graphics, really. The graphics just look terrible. Oh god, I better be careful with that bell. Nope, never mind. That's the problem with this game. Some things you think can hurt you, and some can't. Couldn't they differentiate before the background and the foreground? You can't tell what's going to hurt you. And also, talking to the fish is useless and annoying. He just tells you annoying stuff. And his character model is awful, and it's not even the voice from the movie. In fact, the only clips from the movie are Cat in the Hat's voices, and then the other clips by Cat in the Hat are just from some random voice actor. Another thing that brings my piss to the boil is trying to kill these guys in the background. Come on. Ew! This time I think. Are you serious? Here's a bonus level. Whoop-de-doo. Yep, just making my stroll on by. Nothing can hurt you if you just keep pressing the forward button. Ugh, this sucks. The next level is just an eyesore all around. And you know, can I say something? This isn't real variety. These are pretty much the same exact levels, just with different backgrounds. There's pretty much nothing different about these levels. And I could understand that if they were all part of one world, but no, these are all supposed to be different levels. The enemies are just recolors. They do the exact same thing as the other enemies. You know, there's springs all around. It makes no sense. Like, couldn't they add some variety to it? It's terrible. It's the same exact level over and over and over and over. Ooh, this is fun. Moving 2 miles per hour in a bubble. What's with this game and bubbles? And you know what? I gotta say, usually I'd say around here, remember this scene from the movie? Well, yeah, but remember the scene from the book? This has gotten so far away from the original book. I don't remember this scene in the original book. Let's see, there's springs all around, there's checkpoints that stun you, there's giant robots stinging poison at you. What happened? This may as well just been any game in the world. It couldn't have been this game. They could have just replaced all the characters with something else, and you would have no idea this is Cat in the Hat. And why do the checkpoints keep flashing? And why are there guys hitting me with hammers? Why? What? Ah! Alright, come on. Oh! Ooh! God, I hate this game! Oh, I may as well put up the music. Just listen to this awful masterpiece. Brilliant. Marvelous. Anyways, I can sit here and point out every single flaw from this point out, but every level is pretty much the same. I'm not going to go through every level and say, oh, look at this level, oh, look at this level. No, every level is pretty much the same gimmick, the same thing, just with different backgrounds. And you know what? I don't really care enough, but I guess I'll show off the boss fight, and it's bad. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I remember when the stepfather in the movie took a giant metal hamburger and tried to kill the Cat in the Hat in a world surrounded by TVs and throwing poodles at him, and I don't have any words. Oh, I'm dead. Good.
How do you make something so bad? Like, alright, the movie didn't have much to do with the book, but the video game gets so far away from the concept of the book, it's insane. Like, it barely has anything to do with the original book. You could just change all the characters in the video game and just have a completely different franchise. You wouldn't know, oh, this is the Cat in the Hat. God, it's so bad. I can't believe this game actually exists. It's just so bad. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. This game's a pile of moshmitch. Horn here's a who, and this game's a stinking pile of poo. It's so bad that I can't believe it exists. It makes me want to puke just like Sonic 06. God, the levels suck, and it makes me want to say, what the... Oh, we're out of time. Sorry, folks. I'm not good at the whole outro thing, am I?